Hi, in this video we're going over factoring by grouping. Okay, so how to factor by grouping, you first are going to put all four terms inside your box. And then you're going to take the greatest common factor out for the top row. And then use the common factor to find the other expressions that multiply to the expressions inside the box and then rewrite as factors. So what the instructions were saying is if you're going to take these four terms and write it inside the box. And it's going to go in order. So our first term goes into the first corner box and then plus 8x squared plus 49x plus 7. Then you're going to look at this first row here and find the greatest common factor. So 8 goes into 56. So 8 is the largest number I can take out, and both have at least x squared. So I'm going to take out 8x squared. Then from here, I just look at, for this next spot right here, I'm looking for what times 8 gives me 56. Well, that is 7. 7 times 8 is 56. And then I would need an x. I would need an x because x squared times x is x cubed. Okay, then I move on to this next box here. And what goes up on top is what times 8x squared gives me 8x squared. Well, that can only be 1. And then the next one that I am going to do is I'm going to look down right here, and I am going to take 7, what times 7x gives me 49x. And so I look here. So I'm going to look here. So what times 7x gives me 49x? That is 7. And then the last one, I will check my endpoints. 7 times 1 should be my answer here. So 7 times 1 is 7. So I did everything correctly. So I'm going to take what I have here and what I have here and rewrite it as factors. So my two factors are 8x squared plus 7 and 7x plus 1. Okay, let's try another example. So we are going to write them into the box. And I am going to look here and here and take out my greatest common factor. 6 and 7 don't have any factors in common, so I can take out 2 x's. And then what times x squared gives me 6x cubed? That is 6x. And then what times x squared gives me 7x squared? That is 7. And then from here, I am going to do what times 6x gives me negative 42x, and that is negative 7. And then I'm going to check. Negative 7 times positive 7 gives me negative 49. Okay, so what I have written on the outside are my factors. So I'm going to rewrite it as x squared minus 7 times 6x plus 7. Okay, I'm going to write everything inside this box. Okay, find the greatest common factor between 5n cubed and n squared. And we will write it here. And so the only thing that will go into both is n squared. And then here, what times n squared gives us 5n cubed? That is 5n. And then what times n squared gives us n squared? That is 1. Okay, we're moving down here. So what times 5n gives me negative 35n? That is negative 7. And then negative 7 times 1 is negative 7. So these are our factors. So we're going to rewrite it as n squared minus 7 times 5n plus 1. Okay, see if you can do this one by yourself. Pause the video and then resume it. Okay, so I wrote the 4 things inside the box, and we're looking for our greatest common factor. Looks like they both have 4 and b squared. Okay, and then take what times b squared? 4b squared gives me 4b cubed. Well, that would be b. And then up here, what times 4b squared gives me negative 4b? That's negative 1. And then our next one, what times b gives me negative 7b? Well, that would be negative 7. And then negative 7 times negative 1 is positive 7. So these are your 2 factors. And so I'm going to write them out. And that's how you do factoring by grouping. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you.